Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the 99th PGA Championship at Quail Hollow Club. I'm again pleased to be joined by Brooks Koepka, who began the championship with a 3-under par, 68 today. That included 5 birdies and 2 bogeys. 4 of those 5 birdies came on the front side, which was his second 9. Brooks, looking at the card here, it looks like some solid play on the front. On your first 9, and then strong play on your second 9. Is that what you read too?
Yeah, I felt like I played pretty solid. Missed a couple, first hole got off to a terrible start. I mean, I missed a 4-footer. And that was kind of my day. It kind of felt like I wasn't exactly comfortable on the greens. I don't know what that was. I think it had a lot to do with the speed of the greens, how fast they were, with some of the pin locations. I mean, these greens are the fastest greens I've ever played. And the thing is, they're only going to get faster and firmer. So it'll be really interesting to see how the rest of the week plays. But hit the ball really well, drove it really well, and put the ball in the fairway. So that's what we need to do out here.
Speaking of confidence, you seem quite confident up here when you visited with us. I believe it was yesterday. Did your play match up to that confidence? Did you perform as you thought you might today?
Yeah, I did. I felt like I played really well. The disappointing part was how well we've been putting, and then that didn't transition from the last couple of months over to today. But I mean, it's one day, so you can't really think too much of it. I felt like I was hitting good putts on some good lines, and they just didn't go in. So it is what it is.
Okay, let's hit the floor here for a few questions, Brooks. Maybe we'll start here right in the front, number 2 on our left, please.
Brooks, we talked about this with you yesterday, but here it is, another major, and you're up at or near the top of the leaderboard. Could you just kind of describe or detail your run of success and solid play in these tournaments?
I think it just comes down to, preparation. I mean, we do a lot of work, and, we focus in on these majors, and that's when, you're trying to peak, you're trying to play your best. Sometimes it's a lot simpler than people think. I think people kind of psych themselves out quite a bit in a major, put too much pressure on themselves, and really it's the same game I've been playing for 23, 24 years. All you gotta do is put the ball in the hole and move on, and I think people get quite frustrated sometimes too in majors. I've seen it a lot, and you just gotta stay really patient and realize sometimes bogey is not a bad score out here. It's quite difficult, and you just gotta realize that you're in the first round of a 4-round event, so one hole isn't going to kill you. But in majors, I don't know what all I can say is I try not to make a double bogey. That's kind of my goal in a major. If I can keep doing that, I don't know when the last time I did in a major. I'm sure it's happened, but I feel like it takes 1 hole to recover from a bogey, and it takes 2 to come back from a double. So, you're not going to make many birdies in a major championship, so you need to, stay patient and try to give yourself good looks.
Let's go to number 1 here, straight ahead in the blue.
Obviously, today was a drier day, a sunny day and whatnot, and so it's drying out the greens and whatnot. But how much, you said these are as fast as you've seen. How much faster were they than even the first few days with practice rounds? And how many holes did it take for you to kind of feel like you adjusted to that?
I felt like on Monday they were flying. So these were pretty close to Monday, if not faster. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they're rolling. But it just, you never really quite felt like the ball was ever going to stop. Sergio hit a putt today that I thought was 3 feet short, and it trickled into the hole. So, I can't imagine how much faster they're going to get. I'm sure they might slow them down a little bit, because the problem is these greens are so undulating that the slopes, they've just gotten bigger and bigger. Especially with Bermuda, there's grain. So if you can, and everything seems to always go down grain, downhill. So if you put some spin on it, I mean, it's gonna come back, and it makes these slopes, 3 times the size of what they actually are, which is the difficult part.
Let's stay with number 1 right here.
Brooks, as a really good ball striker and a longer hitter, do you invite hitting longer clubs into the greens because of the wetness and the length of this golf course. Do you think that plays, to the advantage of a good ball striker, or do you like, hitting a lot of short irons in terms of how much you can be effective?
I mean, it all depends on the golf course, but this golf course, it's, a bomber's paradise, I think. There's some lines we can take over some trees. Number 2, I just take it up over the tree. Trying to think of some other holes where, you can take a short line and into a bunch of them. And, I hit pitching wedge into one today. I'm pretty sure a bunch of guys are going to be hitting 6, maybe 5 iron into that hole. So, length is a key factor out here, and especially when it's as wet as it is, it makes those fairways a bit wider. And especially if you can keep it in the fairway, you'll be just fine.
We're on the right-hand side, number 3, please.
Brooks, just wondering what your opinion is of the 4th hole, specifically the green there.
You want my opinion on it?
Yes.
It's too undulating. I think if they'd have made the green a little bit flatter, it would have been a little bit better. But it's not. So, I don't really care that much, to be honest with you. It's something, everyone's got to play it. So, it doesn't really bother me. If we can get out of there, you just got to try to leave the ball into the hole. It's just small quadrants. That's how I look at it. In that green, there's probably about 4 there. You got your back left, front left, back right, and in the middle, it just funnels into whatever one that is. But, I think it's a little too shallow, if I'm honest, and too undulating. So, whatever, it's fine.
Let's go over here on the left, number 2.
Brooks, can you take us through what happened at 16? I guess the marshal got hit, but by the time you got to him, did it seem like he was doing okay?
Yeah, he was fine. Well, I shouldn't say fine. He just got drilled in the head. I felt terrible about it. It's never fun to, walk up and see somebody you just drilled him. I didn't drill him in the head, which is probably the worst part. So, to be honest with you, I felt like crap. And he was laughing and joking. I don't know, when I was up there and, kept telling me, oh, you got a good break. I was like, well, still feel like crap. But, got his information, so I'll probably reach out to him tonight and see how he's doing. I'm sure he's going to have quite a big headache.
I should add, he is doing well, and he headed home for the day, but everything appears to be fine with him.
Good.
So
That's good.
Yeah, we got that good update afterwards. Anybody else for Mr. Koepka? Oh, one more follow-up with number 2.
Kind of a 2-part, and I don't know how related they are, but what did you think of Jordan's day? And then do you feel like if the greens stay about this speed, that by the end of the weekend you'll have had a better read on them?
Jordan played okay. He didn't make as many putts as he usually does. I feel like, that 15 to 20-foot range, you usually see him make a bunch of putts. He just didn't make any. His speed was a little bit off from about 40 feet. He had a couple putts that he just ran, 10, 15 feet by. But he struck it really well. It was pretty impressive to watch him kind of play number 7. I thought, that fading the ball off the bunker in the middle of the fairway, and then he hit, I think, a 3-wood to, 25 feet on the green, which is pretty impressive. And, he's a grinder. It's impressive to watch him play. He picks apart a golf course really, really well. And, he's, 24, 25? I don't know how old he is. It's pretty impressive. 24? Yeah, at that age, that's it's a lot of maturity, and it's fun to see. But as far as the greens, I don't know. I think they could slow him up a little bit. I really do. It depends. I think we're supposed to have rain tomorrow afternoon, right? 50% chance is what I was told. But so that could play a little bit of a factor too. That could slow him up and make him a little more receptive. And we'll see. But they definitely don't need to be faster.
Okay. Brooks Koepka, thank you, sir, for your time.